The following episode of the Kingdom of Isolation contains footage from the film being discussed. The footage is used solely for the purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support the animators by watching this film on Disney Plus or home media where available. This episode also contains spoilers throughout.
Hello, my fellow Disney fans, and welcome to the Kingdom of Isolation, where in times of trouble, why not celebrate the magic of Disney? I'm Kenzie Retro, and today we're heading into a surprisingly quiet corner of the Disney Vault with Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, released direct-to-video in 1999. A movie wrapped in tinsel, nostalgia, and the idea of togetherness is the whole point of the season. But what happens when Christmas isn't loud, when it's small, uncertain, or lonely sometimes? Beneath the songs and snowfalls, these stories linger on separation, longing, and the hope that connection, real connection, can survive time, distance, and disappointment. So pour yourself something warm, settle in, and let's talk about Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, about what Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas says about being alone. There's some of us just aren't as fortunate as others, especially at this time of year. We're also going to look at why we keep believing the holidays will bring us back to each other. Despite this movie being three different stories created together, this is the first time that the entirety of Disney's classic Sensational Six appear in their very own full-length animated feature. And so, not really much else I can say apart from time for a nice wholesome hour with the Sensational Six. That being Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, and Pete.
One time a year, there's a marvelous night.
Sideshow Bob!
Yep, that's Kelsey Grammer providing the narration, ladies and gentlemen. Last seen all the way back in Toy Story 2 as Stinky Pete. Top right of your screens for that particular episode. Joy to the world, it starts to play. As we start the first of three stories today, each story being represented by a gift. The first one involving a boat, which means it's time to meet Donald, voiced again by Disney legend Tony Anselmo, with the first story, Stuck on Christmas.
I goes away. So steam ahead.
Sailor hats and all. Huey, Dewey, and Louie are whistling jingle bells in their sleep as it's snowing outside. I find that pretty cute. Chip and Dale, our favorite rescue rangers, are having some fun in the treehouse. The boys then wake up and reveal...
It's here! The one, the only, best day of the year!
Yep, Christmas morning. And just like kids, every Christmas, they rush downstairs to open their presents before their parents are awake. And that's after opening their presents in their bedroom. Huey gets a toy rocket, Dewey gets a toy plane, and Louie gets a toy car. Color coordination included. Donald...
absolutely livid.
You know we have to wait for the family. Sorry, Uncle Donald.
Donald got all three of them a sled, which they grab without even reading the card. Daisy, voiced by Tress McNeil. Scrooge McDuck, voiced by the late Alan Taylor, who's been in the Kingdom previously as Flaversham in Basil the Great Mouse Detective. And Gertie, also voiced by Tress McNeil. Or they all come to visit. Donald tries to kiss Daisy under the mistletoe, only to be met with the boys charging outside to play with their sleds right up until dinner. J. Eric Schmidt wrote the music for this film, and they've worked on two of my favorite shows, two shows that were part of my childhood, Tasmania and Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries. I actually managed to find one of those episodes yesterday, in fact.
Donald, would you like to carve?
Boys!
Now, Donald does have a point here. Scrooge starts caroling as it hits 9 p.m., meaning the boys have to go to bed. Louis then wishes it was Christmas every day, giving us a Groundhog Day scenario.
Hey, we almost forgot about it.
Element of surprise!
And here's a small problem, though, with this scenario. It makes the day feel less special if it happened every day, no matter how much the Wizard Song wishes for it.
Where are my kisses?
Not so fun now that you have to go through that every single day. They go through the cycle over and over, leading to this interaction with the Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, looks like the end of the line.
Huey's starting to go a little bit insane. Ra-da-da-da-da-da. They then liven things up, leading to an actual turkey on the table, causing Donald to snap and break the piano while chasing said turkey. The boys realize they messed up and everyone checks if he's okay. The boys read the card, realizing what Christmas is really about.
It's about the hearts that we touch and the care that we show.
Beautiful. Simply beautiful. The boys go to bed and get ready for the next day. They give Chip and Dale some nuts and patiently wait for the family, help Daisy with serving the table, and in general, being surprisingly well behaved. Even the turkey joins them, and they all start caroling to finish the day, leaving Donald very sus of what the boys are up to. They use the sleds he got them to make a boat, and Donald and Daisy finally get to kiss under the mistletoe, finishing their story with "We wish you a Merry Christmas." The next morning is indeed Boxing Day. They've managed to break the cycle. No more Groundhog Day. And Donald wants the boys to give him a push down the hill with the boat that they made. The boat falls apart and he falls into the snow. On to the next story now, involving Max and Goofy, voiced by Sean Fleming and Disney legend Bill Farmer, respectively. Hence why the teddy bear is used as the gift for this particular story.
If we care for each other, our dreams can come true.
The title of this segment being A Very Goofy Christmas, which also means, yes, we also get to hear Goofy's iconic holler, which everybody's very familiar with at this point. That's my best attempt at it. Can't quite go that high anymore. Can't quite go that high. Anyway, now I can only assume that this particular Max is the same age as the one in Goof Troop. I might be wrong, but who knows? Max misses the mail van because he's got a letter to send to Santa until he decides on this.
Hold on, Dad. Taking a shortcut.
Straight through the mall, Max goes to stop the mail van while Goofy chases down the letter, gets yeeted through the roof of said mall, and lands in the mail van just in time. The biggest thing on Max's list this year is a snowboard. I'm not even going to try and go through the entire thing that he describes the snowboard as, so I'm just going to say he's after a snowboard. They finish shoveling the driveway only for Pete to undo all the hard work.
Guess who? Guess who? It's him again!
Look, need I say more? We all know the gag at this point. Pete then tells Max that Santa isn't real, leaving him a little bit disheartened. And I will say, Pete's color feels a bit off here, and that's why I'm not a particular fan of this particular design for Pete. Just because the color feels a bit off. Goofy gives him a bit of faith. Gives Max, I should say, a bit of faith that Santa's real. Gotta keep that faith going as long as possible. The lights all blow, electrocuting Goofy in the process. Max and Goofy do some volunteering, helping a family who's less fortunate than them. Which I think is such a beautiful act of service. Which is what we call it in the church. All set for dinner then. Afterwards, Goofy dresses as Santa, only for things to start falling apart.
Dad?
Oh,
You tricked me! How could you?
Honestly, you've got to feel for Max here. This is all your fault, Pete! All Goofy was trying to do was make those kids happy. Thank Pete for ruining Christmas for Max. And on Christmas Eve as well, of all days. Max rips an arm off the bear and feels really downbeat until he sees Goofy shoveling in the snow. Don't forget Max. That tells you there that Goofy still believes in Santa for Max's sake.
Come down from the roof with your hands up. We have you surrounded.
Oh, busted! Eventually, Max gets the idea of dressing as Santa to restore Goofy's faith, all leading to a very heartfelt moment between the two.
Oh, Maxie, I might have let you down, but you sure didn't let me down.
The actual Santa actually arrives this time, giving Max his snowboard he asked for, and blows all the snow that was outside Goofy's house onto Pete's. Funny, yet very cathartic at the same time. Goofy reveals he asks for the same thing every year. Happiness. And he gets it because he has Max by his side.
I'm gonna go share my new present with little Jimmy next door.
That's my boy.
God bless you, Max. And the message we can take away from all this?
not what we receive, but what we can give.
The last story now, it involves probably the most iconic duo in Disney history. Mickey and Minnie with their story, Gift of the Magi. They're voiced by Disney legends Wayne Allwine and Rusty Taylor. And I have gushed about the relationship these two had together in the Three Musketeers episode that I did not too long ago.
It's a gift of the heart.
The gift representing this story is a sled. Nothing too fancy, as the narrator says, but one of the best gifts someone can give is exactly what the narrator says. A gift of the heart. It's Christmas Eve in town. Mickey's playing his harmonica while walking Pluto, sledding home a Christmas tree. Spots a beautiful chain or necklace to go with Minnie's watch. He takes the tree to Minnie, who's stuck with a lot of bills to pay, one of them being a final notice, which I'm a little worried about. We can all relate. On the one hand, payday! On the other hand, bills and rent! And we also get a cameo from Figaro as well. Oh, how cute Figaro is. And that's one of the reasons why the first cat that my family ever had was called Figaro. Because of Pinocchio.
Aw, Mickey. When you play your harmonica, my heart sings.
Honestly, that is just so adorable. Minnie makes Mickey breakfast. Pluto sleds her and Mickey to work, while a jazz band version of Jingle Bells plays, and the boys head to Crazy Pete's to make some money from selling Christmas trees. And Pete has a lot of 10-footers to sell. No pressure then.
Why are you standing there with your face hanging out? Get to work!
Now, look, this is a slightly better character design compared to the previous story. But his design in The Three Musketeers is, in my opinion, the best design for Pete. He deducts the pay from Mickey, taking his savings and throws them out. All because Mickey managed to stop Pete from selling one of those 10-footers, trying to scam a less fortunate family in the process. Because the kids say that one of those 10-footers bigger than their house. That being said, this is why Pete's such a good antagonist. But even then, when something goes wrong and you've got Pete being the antagonist, it's never good when that happens. Mickey did the right thing, though, while Pete was trying to daylight rob the family, all because he was obsessed with selling those 10-foot trees. We get some very comedic catharsis as all his 10-foot trees burn to the ground. And that's what you get for being greedy, Pete. But still, never change and never stop being such a good antagonist, especially when you're voiced by Disney legend Jim Cummings.
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
Hello? Okie dokie. Bye. Mr. Mortimer wants to see you in his office right away.
And Mortimer was actually the original name for Mickey before it got changed to Mickey. Minnie goes to Mortimer's office thinking she's getting her Christmas bonus.
A fruit cake?
Okay, not quite the bonus she was after. And now she has to work out how to get Mickey's present. The nearby Firehouse 5 band hear Mickey playing with his harmonica and get him to play with them. A youngster gives his teddy, and Mickey starts playing Jingle Bells as a thank you, leading to the toy drive being a huge success. And we also get the dance that Mickey does from the short Mickey's Birthday Party. And in this segment as well, the Dixieland Jazz Band at the charity toy drive is made up of firefighters and named the Firehouse 5. This is a nod to the Firehouse 5 plus 2, a 7-piece Dixieland jazz band founded in 1949 and consisting of Walt Disney Animation Studio staff, including lead animators Ward Kimball and Frank Thomas, two of Disney's famed 9 old men. Mickey borrows a snowboard to get to the store just in time and get the chain he wanted to get Minnie, even if he means jumping a couple of red lights along the way. Unfortunately, he doesn't make it in time. The store closes and starts playing the harmonica, convincing the owner to come back and make something happen. By the fire at home, it's time to exchange presents. Pluto gets a bone, Figaro gets a ball of wool, or ball of yarn for our friends stateside. And then we get possibly one of the most touching moments in all of Disney. No, scratch that. All of animation. Just for how simple and how incredibly beautiful it is. Simple, but beautiful. Mickey gets his harmonica case, and Minnie gets her chain. And it turns out they traded their harmonica and watch, respectively, to get the gifts.
Oh, Mickey, I can't believe you gave up what means the most to you for me.
Oh, Minnie, you're all the music I'll ever need.
You officially have a heart of stone if you do not tear up at that moment. I'm sure they'll find a way to get their harmonica and watch back, since that watch was Minnie's heirloom. And what's the biggest takeaway from all the stories that we witnessed today?
So in the end, it's love that's the reason that Christmas is more than a gift-giving season.
Mickey and Minnie sing Jingle Bells, Max and Goofy sing Deck the Halls, and Donald and Daisy singing, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, alongside Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Everybody else joins in to finish off this wholesome Christmas offering. Now, let's see what the scores say. The story, I'm going to give a 10 here. This anthology shines because of its heartfelt storytelling across 3 distinct segments. Huey, Dewey, and Louie's Wish for It to Be Christmas Every Day is both funny and surprisingly thoughtful, gently teaching the value of appreciating special moments rather than taking them for granted. Max and Goofy's story is the emotional core, exploring their father-son bond as Max begins to doubt whether Santa is real, blending humor and genuine warmth. And then we get Mickey and Minnie's segment, rounding things out perfectly with a simple but touching tale about love and sacrifice as they struggle to find the perfect gift for each other. The characters, I'm going to give an 8, and I'll explain why in just a moment. Now, the classic Disney cast is used well, with Mickey, Minnie, Donald, with Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Max, Pete, Daisy, Donald, and the triplets all feeling true to their personalities. The emotional beats land largely because these characters are so familiar and endearing. The main drawback is Pete's character design in Max and Goofy's story, which feels a bit off compared to the rest of the film and slightly distracts from an otherwise strong segment in Max and Goofy's case. But other than that, love the characters. The visuals, I'm going to give a 9. The animation beautifully captures the spirit of Christmas, with from snowy neighborhoods to cozy interiors lit with festive warmth. The film balances classic Disney style with seasonal glow that makes it feel instantly comforting and nostalgic, even on repeat viewings. The soundtrack, I'm going to give an 8 as well. The soundtrack makes great use of Christmas carols, reinforcing the festive atmosphere without overwhelming the stories. Music complements the emotional moments well and helps tie the three segments together into a cohesive holiday experience. And finally, the legacy, which I'm going to give a 7. While it has become a holiday staple for many fans, the film's legacy is mixed. It holds a 50% score on Rotten Tomatoes and received an Annie Award nomination for Best Home Entertainment Production, ultimately losing to An Extremely Goofy Movie. But still, its popularity was strong enough to earn a sequel with Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, cementing its place in Disney's holiday line. So, the overall score is going to be 84%. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas stands out as a heartfelt, festive collection of stories that leans heavily on emotion, nostalgia, and classic Disney charm, making it a beloved, if imperfect, holiday favorite. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to recommend this one to you guys. Even if it's just an excuse to see the beautiful chemistry between Wayne and Russie. And so, the score of 84%, it's in the mid, it's in the top third of the table, behind The Three Musketeers and ahead of Aladdin and the King of Thieves and DuckTales the movie. So that is it for this episode of the Kingdom of Isolation. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to be part of the Kingdom of Isolation yourself, you can hit the subscribe button down at the bottom. Click the bell, turn on notifications so you don't miss when an episode goes live on this channel. I've also got a passes page where you can see my extended episode on Belle's Magical World there, as well as uncut episodes of the Kingdom of Isolation as well. For the next episode, we're going to be heading for another wholesome trip into the 100-Acre Wood. But sadly, it is going to be the last one we do for a while. But it is
Winnie the Pooh, a very merry Pooh year.
But until then, make each moment count, and I'll see you guys next time in the Kingdom of Isolation.